Hey guys, my wife, Leanne Kreischer, is doing a live Wife of the Party at Zany's Comedy Club in Nashville. You will not want to miss this. Special guest to be announced. You can get your tickets for April 14th, live Wife of the Party at nashcomedyfest.com. Go out and support my old lady. You never take a mirror to your asshole?
Oh, I shockingly have a nice asshole, and it is alarming. Like, I have a huge pussy, but my asshole, pot.
Like how, when you say huge?
The outside stuff. I think that's what I mean when I say big.
Tops Off World Tour, April 4th. I'm coming to Chicago, then Columbus, Knoxville, Harrisonburg, Virginia, Columbia, South Carolina, Birmingham, Alabama, Clarksville, Tennessee, Louisville, Kentucky. Tops Off World Tour.
I bring my two buddies on the road with me, Pat Bertchez, who you've
I know
met.
Pat Bertchez. I know Pat Bertchez.
Pat opens for me, my buddy Alex Pavone, and I pump them up in a way where I'm like, I'm obsessed with these two. They're so fucking funny.
Pat Bertchez is funny as fucking shit.
Pat's hilarious. So is Alex Pavone. No one fucking knows him. He's like, he
What's
murders before me. He's no followers. He's Mr. Alex Pavone on Instagram.
I'll follow him.
Like he murders before me in a way where I'm like, for God's sake, save some for me. If they're like applause break after applause break. But he's a moron with social media. But he's like,
are you rolling yet?
Yeah,
oh yeah, we can keep going. What are
they?
Wait, no, that's a great fucking way to start. What's their name?
Alex Pavone.
I know Pat
Bertchez and Alex Pavone are my openers.
And he's Mr. Alex
Pavone. He's got the worst social media on the planet.
Is it ALIX or EX?
EX. You're not gonna find it.
EX was for women.
2 followers. Pavone.
I can't even find him.
I know, it's insane. He's gonna see that you followed him and be like, "What the fuck?"
I can't even find him. Actually, it came up with Upcycle Clothing before him.
That doesn't even make any sense.
I know. It says unsigned artist, delicate tattoos, digital illustrations, healthy recipes.
No.
His name didn't even come up.
He's still not there.
Pavone. Mr. Alex Pavone.
There it is. That's
3,771. Guys, do not. All you do is follow him.
Follow him.
Just follow him. Just give him a follow.
Give him a follow. He's fucking hysterical. He annihilates, but he's just an idiot. Some people just don't get how to do social media, and I'm yelling at him.
It's okay. It's like, I wish I didn't. Like, it's sexier when, like, I mean, it was sexy in my career when I got it before everyone else did.
Yeah.
Like, it was hot. It was hot. Because everyone else in the world was getting social media, and you had these stubborn fucking hogs who were like, I remember getting mocked.
People were like, are you doing a video? And you're like,
mocked by I'm going to save names because I'm going to stop saying names, but mocked by the biggest comics in the fucking world. And by the way, I'm pretty big, so think of the 5 dudes bigger than me. Okay,
I think we know who it is.
It's them. And I was doing stories. And they were like, the fuck you doing stories for?
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck you doing that for? That's so stupid. Dude, fucking be in the moment. And then I was like, I'll tell you why.
Yeah,
do you see this swipe up button? It just sold fucking 5,000 tickets.
Yeah.
And they're like, huh?
Yeah.
And then you go, yeah.
I'm selling those tickets.
I'm selling tickets. That's just sold tickets.
Yeah.
And I hate to say this, but you're one of the biggest comics in the world, and you're my buddy, and you're in this video, and everyone's like, oh shit, you guys are hanging out. What are you guys doing? This is funny. Oh, he is funny as shit. Oh, and then it's selling tickets for me. I don't know what the fuck you're doing by not doing it. I remember the next fucking day, they were like, I remember watching them go, just can you hit the button? They didn't even know how to do it.
That's crazy.
So it was sexy when I started it, like when I started doing it, but now it's sexier not to do it.
Yeah.
Privacy is pretty sexy.
It is. Well, because you're at a point people can know your life and they're like mucking around and, you know.
Do you care about that?
A little.
Because you've shared a lot.
I share a lot. I'm very open with everything. And I'm like, that's the way the first time we met was you calling me, being like, so you squirt? And I'm like, why am I talking about this openly?
By the way, squirting's real.
Squirting is real. Oh, you believe it's real now?
I do.
Okay, there we go. So I don't have to show you, right?
I don't.
You're soaking the whole, all the mahogany in here starts rotting away.
I saw my first great white shark.
Okay.
And all of a sudden I was like, oh.
Yeah.
I honestly, and I can't go into, obviously I'm going into already too much detail, but I will tell you that when it happened, I thought of you first.
That's so disgusting.
It's a weird moment. Because you were the first person that I heard really say that squirting was a thing. You really said it.
Okay.
And you and I believed you. Here's the deal. I don't believe, with all respect to all the porn stars that I follow and I fucking that I know personally, I don't believe you. I don't believe anything you say to me because and I mean this with love, You're a liar. When you have sex,
You don't love them.
You don't
for real.
love them,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you're
yeah.
not, and that's not real. No one goes, "Oh, fuck me, suck it." That's all fake. It's why I can't really enjoy porn anymore.
You watch with volume on?
Yeah,
I'm on mute.
for real.
Oh yeah, I'm on mute. I go right to the good stuff. I'm in and out like a fiddler's elbow. I don't have time to waste down there. I can get off 10 seconds. We're in.
Really?
We're in. We're out.
No.
I don't need the backstory. The backstory weirds me out.
Oh,
Their acting is so bad. And again, I'm friends with porn stars too. Some of it's real though. I have one porn star friend who said that when she really gets along with a guy, they fuck off camera. They're just fucking around. And that makes you feel, doesn't that make you feel nice?
It's like when you watch two comics really laugh in the hallway.
Yes. Yeah.
And you're like, oh, they're not dead inside.
Not like when I fucking slapped your back off last night, like a psychopath. My boyfriend's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know.
Boyfriend's fucking adorable.
Oh, you ready for this?
Yeah.
He's Shooter McGavin's nephew, Christopher McDonald, the actor.
No way.
Yes. We met
I
because
eat pieces of shit like you for breakfast.
yes, I met because they were at a show at the Laugh Factory, and I was fangirling over Shooter, and I went up to him, and then Jefferson, my boyfriend, was like, "Hello," and I was like, "Hi," and he's like, "Oh, you're great," and I was like, "All right, bye." Like nobody ever hits on me after a show because I'm like, my ass smells like a dick and it looks like jerky, and everyone's like, "What is happening
No,
up there?" There's a mechanic screaming at me.
You're like you're sexy and
No, okay.
you are. No, you are.
You're the only one who said that.
No,
'Cause, like, often
you're
men
a
are like,
fucking Pinky Tuscadero sexy.
okay,
Like a fucking
Tinky.
like in the 1950s we're racing for pinks kind of way.
Okay.
Like a fucking
Okay.
like you definitely had to admit you in that right neighborhood, but like you're fucking I thought that the first time I ever saw you, I was
Really?
like she's hot. Like and but I'm attracted
nice.
to I'm attracted to confidence. I'm
Okay,
attracted
there you
to I'm attracted to personality.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
if you're gonna be fun, if you would have made a great little sister, I fucking could fall in love with you.
Okay,
Like,
not in a creepy way. Like, I want to fuck my little sister. My sister.
No, my little sisters, both are 42 and 50 now, are the funnest people in the world.
Mhm.
And so there was something about me when I started dating women that whenever I met girls, they were girls,
Yeah.
but whenever I met like two sisters,
Wait a second, girls. Wait,
like
whoa,
whatever,
whoa.
15,
Okay,
14,
okay.
whenever I started dating.
Whoa.
But if it was a single child, I was like, yeah, there's no personality in this family.
No. You need.
And then I was like, if it's two girls, it's like, nah. And then you'd meet your buddy's little sister, who's like just a couple years younger,
Yeah.
and they were always funny as shit. And you were like, they're fun. Like when they show up, because they're not hitting on you, you're not hitting on them. They just hang with you. And I remember,
This is nice.
I remember being like, and then I realized, it's because I like hanging with my little sisters. Like I love that energy of just a chick not trying,
Mhm.
but being confident and
Mhm.
being fun and holding the space in the room.
Yeah.
And you do that. You
Yeah.
definitely do that.
I'm used to screaming at people. But yeah, it was bizarre that he liked me, and then that's it.
Really?
Yeah, he moved in with me. We've been dating for 5 months. We're full lesbos. We did the whole U-Haul thing. We drove across the country together.
Wait, where
He was in New York.
Really?
Yeah, and he moved in this week, and we've been we just
Wait, this
everything-
is going fast.
Oh, we're crazy. I've never felt like this with anybody in my
Did
life.
you guys use condoms at all?
No, are you insane? What am I, a pig? No, there's no condoms, and he's shooting inside me, and he's got big loads. I might be pregnant. I actually don't know. Jugs. The guy loves milk. I think it's a correlation. If you drink a lot of milk, it's like a bigger load. I don't know if that. I'm not a doctor.
I'm
or a
not drinking
scientist,
any
but
milk, and my loads. When you hear me, when I come, you just hear.
See, he needs to drink some milk then.
Yeah,
It just-
Yeah.
that's not good. Just
I'm
a
not.
dusty load.
But I'm
coming
also
out.
52. Well, I'm on a lot of testosterone, so my testicles are kind of non-existent.
Oh, you're juicing up. You're
Yeah.
like Rogan. You're getting all veiny.
I'm taking more than Rogan.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Look out, Rogan.
No,
You're fucked now.
me and Tom are both taking more than Rogan.
You guys are shedding up.
Yeah, we're trying to get healthy.
You're getting taught.
At a certain point, you're like, at a certain point, it's once again a compliment back to you. When I first saw you perform, you are in general filled with life,
Mm-hmm.
and I felt like at a certain point I just looked tired to everybody
Oh, when you're up there.
when I was
just- yeah,
partying
yeah, yeah.
and fucking 275 and
Uh-huh.
and I was putting on a performative great face, but I was exhausted.
Yeah.
And then when I decided to get healthy, I was like, I feel like I'm filled with life again.
Yeah, you feel like more energetic on stuff.
Yeah, you should. Everyone
Yeah.
should fucking feel full of life.
Yeah.
You're alive.
That's exactly it. Philosopher now. Bert,
Yeah.
the philosopher.
I go deep. Don't get me about. I wish I was good with facts. I could talk to you about Walt Disney's anti-Semitism forever.
It's a different podcast.
It's showing up everywhere in my fucking life. Everywhere in my life, Walt Disney's showing up. Everywhere in my fucking life.
Oh, yeah. Love that.
Wait, how did you get, okay, number one. This is my number one question.
Yes.
How do I know Allison Hogg?
How do you know Allison Hogg?
As soon as her name came up, I know her.
That's crazy.
I know her. And I don't know how, and I can't figure out how. I feel like I worked with her on something. I don't know how. I
don't think you did. Okay, so Allison Hogg is my best friend. We have a sketch trip called Lady Stash together.
Yeah.
We've been performing for 20 years together, literally. She's gonna shit her pants when I say this. I have no idea. Maybe on a commercial or something. She's got a very she's very pretty. She's got a very I bet
we did a commercial together. I think we did a Life cereal commercial together.
Oh, maybe you did.
Can you call her?
Yeah.
I know her. I know, and she won't. FaceTime her. I know her, and I don't know how I know her.
I actually called her already today. This is hilarious. She better answer her fucking phone.
I know her.
And they're very cute. She's probably doing something. Okay.
She's probably younger than me though, so I don't know.
She's my age.
I don't know how old you are.
38.
Oh, yeah.
Why would you know how old I was?
She would have been like.
Hi, Allison. I'm here with Bert Kreischer, and
hey, Allison.
He thinks he knows. He thinks he knows you. He just brought you up on the podcast, saying he's worked with you before, and I don't recall you working with Bert Kreischer.
I don't think so.
I know a hog.
He says he knows a hog. He says he knows you, and I'm.
Well, look, if he knows a hog, I'm probably related. There's not a ton of us. So, distantly related hog.
God damn it. As soon as her name came up, I know her.
He said he knows you, so I
had
to give you the call.
And I don't do that. I never know it. I didn't even know the person I brought up on stage last night. I fucked her name up, and I didn't know her name. I didn't know any of it, and I was like, fuck.
But guess what? He knows Allison fucking Margaret Hogg.
No.
Did you guys look me on the screen?
Yeah, you're on there. You're on the screen right now. You're on the pod. I'm getting you in here. Oh, and there's her beautiful son. I know.
Oh, what a great head.
Okay, all right. We're getting you off here. Okay. You don't know him. That's what we're discussing. Okay.
God
bye.
Damn it.
Bye.
That would be a horrible time to be like, wait, my buddy had sex with her. And she's like, I'm with my kid.
Yeah.
No, I texted a bunch of dudes this morning trying to see who did someone shoot headshots with her.
That's so funny. And
I just know that
so
name.
Crazy. Okay, well, maybe you've had a very strange dream about her or something one day.
Sweet. How did I know that you've probably done this a million times on a podcast, but I'm curious because you seem like someone who would have just fit into the comedy scene immediately. Immediately. But
yes.
you're Canadian.
I'm Canadian from Toronto. So I've been doing comedy since I was 18. So 20 years I've been doing comedy. I know. I started very young. My first set ever, I was 17. Bombed my dick off. Guy threatened me in the parking lot. I was going to fight him. It was hilarious. All my teachers in high school said it was the classic, like, you're bad at school, you're stupid, but you're kind of funny. So I started doing stand-up.
Any learning disabilities?
No, I think I have something. I'm not well. Something's going on. Nothing's diagnosed, but I'm crazy. But I used to, this is why I think I was good at comedy. I used to Highland dance my whole life. Scottish dancing with the kilts and the bagpipes.
I've won the Scottish Highland Games a couple times.
What do you mean won them?
I won them.
Like
I came in.
Caber toss? Like what are we talking?
I've done everything. The stone throw, the hammer throw, the caber toss.
Really?
I've won. I won one in Richmond. I came in second in Long Beach.
Oh, the one at the Queen Mary?
Queen Mary. I came in second, drunk. I'd never done anything.
Wait, I might have been at that one. My mom, my dad's the announcer for the dancing. My mom teaches Highland dancing.
I was at one so. A long time ago, I did a show called Hurt Bert. And then after that, I was like, I want to do a show called The Cinderella Story, where I go out and I take place in a competition with no knowledge what that competition is until the day of. And I see if I can come from out of nowhere and be the Cinderella Story and win it.
Yes.
And I went in to the Scottish Highland Games at the Long Beach. I've done a lot of.
Is there actual footage?
By the way, I've done the Scottish Highland Games in fucking Scotland.
Which one? Cowell, Glasgow? Where have you been?
I've done so much shit with the Scottish Highland Games.
I can't believe this.
No idea.
I told my parents, so I was a bad dancer. So I'm built like my fucking dad. I have man feet, man shoulders, my dad's tits. It's the whole thing. But my mom made me fucking dance. But I'm like, I should have been doing the fucking caber toss. I'd be kicking ass at this. The women can't even fucking get it tossed over.
Yeah.
I would have been fucking throwing it 3 times.
I was really good.
Yeah, you got a good bod for it's the legs, right?
Well, the caber toss is, the hardest part's getting it up.
Yeah.
Once you get it up, and then time. It's all timing.
Yeah.
For anyone listening, the point of the tabor toss is to flip it 6 to 12.
Yeah.
Like you want it to flip all the way over and land straight. And for whatever reason, I bang nuts at that. Like I'm so fucking good.
I love this. That's so fun.
Yeah. And so as soon as I saw you were a Scottish Highland dancer, I went, I have been to no less than 10 Scottish Highland Games.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I played the bagpipes for a year.
I played you saw a picture of me playing the bagpipes.
This is crazy. We have so much in common. Yeah, I literally.
But you're Bulgarian.
It makes no sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it makes literally no sense at all. My mom is also not Scottish. She started teaching at a young age. She forced me and my sister into it. And then I danced my whole life. Like literally 3 to 18 years old, I competitively Highland danced.
Did you ever bang it out on stage?
Bang what?
Throw an old school dance on?
I maybe once or twice, but I'm so out of shape now that I'm like, Highland dancing's hard. You're jumping on one leg and you're switching.
Yeah.
I drink too much beer. So it's a lot of jostling around the organs now. I think they're too thick to be. They're too thick.
Those Scottish. So you used to go to all the Scottish Highland Games.
Oh yeah,
events.
saw my first dick and balls at Highland Games.
Of course.
No, they don't wear anything underneath there.
No one's wearing anything.
They're flopping it. They love it. They love air in that thing.
I loved that. That's my
You
favorite
didn't wear
part.
anything?
I have a numerous amount of kilts.
What's your tartan?
Well, I know. So I'm not Scottish. So I would just assume whatever tartan I was going in to work with, because it was usually for television.
Yeah.
So they'd be like, "You're going to work with the O'Donnells or whatever."
Yeah.
And so you'd use their tartan. But
That's so
my
funny.
yellow, red, and black was the
Okay.
color
Yeah.
tartan
That was
I wore.
nice. That's a nice one. It's good for your skin tone.
And then one year I did the what is it, the heavy metal tartan? You know, where the guys wear the dudes that wear it when they go. Did you ever see the video?
It's like the really thick ones.
Yeah,
the ones that I'm wearing. Yeah.
Carhartt tartans.
Yeah. Okay.
I've worn those. I worked with, I think, the champion of the Scottish Highland Games in Scotland for a TV show.
This is crazy.
Yeah. And so as soon as I read that, I went, man, that's kindred spirits. Like
This is it.
And those things are so fun.
I've been like, okay, we should talk after, because I've been trying to write a Highland dancing movie, don't steal my idea, for years now, because it's untapped.
Oh.
And I'm like, and I can I know so much. Like I used to love, and I stopped dancing right when I started drinking. And I'm like, well, this sucks. The fucking beer tents are nuts. Everyone's got that big bulbous red fucking Legion Hall nose. Everyone's been drinking since 6 a.m. Oh yeah, that's what's in that little fucking dick pouch thing. It's all flasks.
It's all flasks.
Oh yeah, they're disgusting.
And they start drinking the second you get there.
The second they wake up, their wife is putting fucking milk and beer in their cereal. It's disgusting.
And it's really cool. I won't say it's akin to Braveheart, but it is cool because you do see all the men hanging out and all the moms and all the girls are running around. We did it at the Queen Mary. Yeah, all the girls are running around, going up to where the dancing is on the Queen Mary up at the stage room. Yep. I danced with the girls. I danced with another set of girls. I think they were Irish though.
Would they show you the fling, Highland fling, classic?
My memory is so bad. My memory is so bad. I'm starting to miscount when I work out.
So you work out more than once a day?
I just said to Leanne, do you think people with Alzheimer's at the beginning stages just get in great shape? Because they're like, am I at 15 already? And they're like, you've done 30.
You're roided out.
Ever wonder how much of your personal data is out there on the internet for anyone to see? More than you think. Your name, contact info, social security number, and home address, even information about your family members, all being compiled by data brokers and sold to the highest bidder online. Anyone on the web can get your private details. This can lead to identity theft, phishing attempts, harassment, and unwanted spam calls. But now you can protect your privacy with Delete Me. Delete Me finds and removes any personal information you don't want online and make sure it stays off. I'll tell you right now, from my own personal experience, Delete Me is the best. We have so much of our stuff was online. We signed up to Delete Me. We got so much stuff taken down, especially for our girls. Like their info was online, and that was terrifying. Listen, privacy is so precious. You don't want to lose your privacy. Take control of your data and keep your private life private by signing up for Delete Me now at a special discount for our listeners today. Get 20% off your Delete Me plan when you go to joindeleteme.com/Bert and use promo code Bert at checkout. The only way to get 20% off is to go to joindeleteme.com/Bert and enter code Bert at checkout. That's joindeleteme.com/Bert. The thrill and excitement of March Mania is here, and DraftKings Sportsbook, one of America's top-rated sportsbook apps, is giving new customers a shot to turn $5 into $150 instantly in bonus bets with any college basketball bet. North Carolina listeners, don't forget DraftKings Sportsbook is now live in your state. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code Bertcast. New customers can bet $5 to get $150 instantly in bonus bets at DraftKings Sportsbook with the code Bertcast. The crown is yours.
You know, when people like, I'm sure you get people ask for you to open all the time, but I was like, the main reason I want to open for you. There was
By
one
the way,
clip.
hang on, that can happen
Well, thank
in
you.
a heartbeat.
Well, there's the main reason. I'm like, the stadium's great, sold out. Everyone's, party meat, eating meat, love meat. It was this one video where you guys were on a fucking football field and nobody could catch the fucking football or kick it. I was on my couch screaming. I played Aussie rules football growing up. I'm like, I get it. Nobody had a fucking dad. I'm like, you didn't have a friend to toss the pigskin around with? What is going Big J Okerson, take off the gloves for a second, toss the fucking ball around.
As soon
What
as
are
you
we
said
doing?
that, I'm just saying this out loud. How much fun would Steph be on Fully Fucking Loaded? You have to do Fully Loaded this year.
I would love to.
You have to.
Get me
You
on
have
the
to. Done.
toss in the
It's my
pigskin.
festival. I'll make it happen. Everyone on that tour is just out for a good time.
Oh, first of all, Natasha, I'd love to take my shirt off too and flop around, but like I wouldn't, she got a top bod. Two kids, one kid, two kids.
One kid.
One kid top bod. I was like, yikes. I look like a tub of goo underneath my fucking shirt. And she's just like, eh. But I'm like, I want to, have you ever played Aussie rules football, Australian football? It's like rugby, but Australian
I'm sure
version.
I have for a TV show.
You probably have, yes. So I played that in Canada. I made the Canadian national team. It's my huge brag. It was my biggest brag on the planet. I know,
Really?
yes, but I chose comedy over it because it was, same time as I was like getting into comedy a lot. But it's fucking crazy. And I was like watching these men not be able to kick a fucking ball. Sorry, Chad Daniels and Big J Okerson, but I will say your name and do not edit them. Do not edit them out. Come at me. I'll fucking tackle both of you.
Big J.
No, Big J.
Big J is, with love, Big J is the perfect stepson that an athletic dad would be so frustrated with.
Yeah.
Like, his dad was like a bodybuilder.
He was?
Oh, his stepdad was like a fucking macho. I think, if I'm not mistaken, his stepdad was a great dude, but the opposite of Jay. Which creates
so
Jay.
When
you got the dad that's like, let's go to the gym, and Jay just doesn't have it in him.
Yeah.
But that personality creates all the inner dialogues of like, all his comedy is based off of exactly, that's how you make that dude.
Yes.
But Jay is not, Jay's athletic, sneaky athletic.
Okay.
He is sneaky athletic. Like, he's a good basketball player.
Okay, yeah. Some comics are, and I'm like, really? That blob? I'm like, oh, that's shocking.
Oh, I was that guy.
Yeah.
I was like, I am that guy. People always think, oh, he can't do anything. And then you see me do sports and you're like, oh,
okay.
fuck,
Like,
that fat fuck? Seriously?
Yeah.
But wait, Aussie rules footballs. How did you get into all these ethnically diverse sports with two Bulgarian parents?
My dad was very active. My dad would make me and my sister run all the time. Like, he got us heavily into like cross country and like track and field and stuff.
Really? I ran cross country.
Oh, did you? What was your, the long distance, or did you like 800?
I couldn't. I was one of those things. My dad was a very, very, very big runner. And so my freshman year, I didn't make basketball or baseball. And it was a very competitive high school. And my dad's like, you're not playing a sport. You're running track. And so track and cross country ran hand in hand.
Yeah.
I hated track. I hated it. And then at the very, very end of it, I fell in love with it. The 220, I ran the 220, I ran the 440. And I fell in love with it. But cross country was in the part of hating it.
Yeah.
And then once I loved it, I went, fuck, I'm running track next year. And I made all the teams. And so I didn't run track again.
There you go.
Yeah. And so, but I have a love for running now. I love running.
Do you? It always annoys me. You wear with headphones on, right? You're not a fucking serial killer. When I see people out there with no headphones, I'm like, you've just killed somebody. I saw somebody running in jeans with no headphones. I'm like, there's a dead body.
Are you talking about Cam Haynes' son?
No.
Cam Haynes' son ran a half marathon in fucking jeans.
I saw him. This guy's like on the street in Hollywood. I was like, maybe it was him.
Those are the savages.
It's nuts.
Those are the savages.
Or those like the toe shoes. I'm like, this can't be good for your
Rogan
lower
was a toe
back.
shoe. Rogan was a toe shoe.
Of course he was. Rogan looks
Rogan
looks like toe shoes. His head looks like toe shoes. No,
his head looks like. Wait, did you say his head looks like a toe?
His head looks like a toe, like the front toe shoe. No, Rogan doesn't know me. I did his club.
He would love you.
I was in his green room. I got in trouble for being in there. It was the whole thing.
What?
Yes, I got.
Well, in defense of Joe, who I absolutely love, there are sneaky people that come in sometimes that are snitches.
Yes. I also was on the show in the small room. I wasn't like a psychopath.
Oh, yeah.
But then I made a really good joke. So it was me sitting there, Joe, we weren't talking, it was very awkward. And then Ron White walks in and he goes, whoa, there's women in here? And I go, barely. And then no one laughed. I'm like, that's the funniest thing I've ever said in my life. I'm like, barely. No laughs. I'm getting the hell out of here.
I watch you murder Shane Gillis, murder Trevor Wallace, murder fucking In the Pocket. Like so good. So fucking good. And as a comic, you can recognize when someone's in their zone. And you're there. You are so, I'm jealous. I wish I could be, because you're still hungry as fuck.
Oh, I'm parched. I'm parched and I'm starving. Oh yeah, I'm chomping at the bit. Yeah, I had 3 shows last night. I think I have this week, I have 15 shows in a week. And I'm like losing my mind. And I'm like, and I'm so active out there. My sciatica, it's acting up. I get off stage doing an act out. I'm like, this is the last time I'm going to do that act out. Like, it's crazy. And then I'm on the road every weekend and I'm like, and I'm trying to get a Netflix special. If you're listening, please like me. Yeah.
On Netflix, so didn't you do?
I did Bill Burr's Friends Who Kill, but I'm trying to get like a full hour. And
well, that's a big nod. If when Bill Burr finds you funny,
Bill Burr does find me funny,
and he didn't. That wasn't a list of comics that was presented to him. Yeah, he's not that dude.
No. And Bill is like, we weirdly go to the same gym, and I didn't know that till the other day.
I'm going to stop you right there.
Oh, no. It was hilarious. I was doing this machine where my legs are open and I close them, and he was standing on the machine opposite looking at me, and he's like, Jesus fucking Christ. And I'm like, I can't do this. I'm like, my fucking labia is going to fall out with Bill looking at me, and I'm like, I had to move machines because it was so awkward. Like, out of all machines, the one where your pussy's out like the whole time, it was insane. Just Bill being so mad. For fuck's sakes, Tolev. I'm like, you came over here. It's like you wanted to see it. Billy wanted to
but you want to get your first Netflix special when you're so fucking ready.
Yes, I feel like I am. I feel like I've been doing comedy for 20 years, so I feel like I'm like, and because I'm on the road every weekend doing like 5 hours, I'm like, I'm juiced up. Yeah. I have this hour, I've been doing it for an hour, like a year and a half now, and I'm like, I'm ready. I just want, and I also, the reason I want to get my first one on like a streaming site is because as a woman in comedy that doesn't look like, I get trolled a lot. So I'm like, I don't want my first, especially on YouTube, and every guy's like, that's Danny DeVito's the Penguin. And I'm like, I don't want to read every fucking comment. Get a new comment, trolls, please. I'm sick of this one. So hacking out this point. But I'm like, I don't want my first special to be like, I have to like look at all this shit. I'd rather just be like on a big thing,
Yeah, but
I'm still gonna get the comments. I know I am, but
the trolls are, it's their thing. It's what they're, those have to happen. Trolls they're like Barracuda. They don't hurt you, but you got to respect the ocean. Yeah. Know that they can. What's the ocean without barracudas and sharks? It's a lake. In Wisconsin, and those are boring as fuck. They're nice, but they're often way too cold.
They're very cold. But you're dipping in there. You're always tubbing up. You're always dipping your horn in the old ice bath.
The people that like you are the right people.
Yeah, and I know the fans I do have are very like niche. Like any show of mine, you go, every girl has blue hair, everybody has neck tattoos, and everyone's pierced to high hell. I'm like, those are my people.
Yeah,
that's like, I was in Tacoma last weekend.
That's a great city for you.
Great. Oh,
that's a great city for you.
Oh, everyone's just like out of breath from walking up the hills. They're all just like eating fucking too many nachos. It was just like, it was great.
My only memory of Tacoma is, this is how I identify every fan in Tacoma, is they're the kind of people that will show up to your show even if they have the flu.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, nah, man, I paid for this. I'm coming. I remember there was a dude, red hot. He goes, can I take my shirt off? I go, yeah. I put my arm around him, take a picture. I go, ooh, you're burning up. He goes, yeah, I'm pretty sick. And I was like, what? He's like, I have a fucking fever, Bab. I'm not missing this shit. I was like, dude, you drinking? And he goes, fuck yeah, I'm drinking. I'm going to be sick this week, I'll tell you. And I was like, that's Tacoma.
You're like, that's, yeah. Oh, yeah. I love like a blue collar, because I'm like, that's me. I'm like, I fucking worked my whole life. Both my parents are like blue collar workers.
What
did
your parents do?
My dad worked for the Toronto Hydro, so like the power company. He would like fix the meters on the side of the house. And my mom has been a Highland dancing teacher since she was 19 years old.
Isn't that crazy that like, as something maybe you're insecure about as a child, or like when you watch other kids that have money, and then you grow up with like working class values, and then you find that those working class values pay off when you're older in a branding sense.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, I didn't want it.
Oh,
I didn't ask for it. Like no one asked for their childhood, but then you go, yeah, those are my people.
Oh, yeah. And I'm like, I'm glad I worked my fucking ass off. I don't think I would not be where I am today if I was like, head shit handed to me. There's no fucking way.
And by the way, I've already addressed the fact that I do find you attractive.
Yes.
But there is like, aren't you blessed that you weren't some 5'10" blonde, big titted?
Oh, I'm like, I always get mad when I see hot girls kind of be funny. I'm like, get out of my fucking lane. But I'm like, if I wasn't bullied in high school and if I wasn't like, I was like bullied so badly, especially in grade 9 because my nose, guys were like so angry at my nose for some reason. It was insane. Like, I don't know what was their problem about it, but if I wasn't like, and then I got so witty because my comebacks were like, I'm like, oh, I'm what? And then I would come back with like even something even worse for them. So like, I'm glad that I'm like, my boyfriend thinks I'm very funny, and
Your boyfriend's very attractive,
and he's very funny. He's very attractive.
Very attractive.
I trapped him. I'm never letting him go.
I thought he was a woman last night.
Oh yeah, no,
he's
a good looking guy. Yeah, he's
great.
He's on the
hair.
radiator right now. He is attached to the radiator. The
But like
handcuffs are loose.
I always had to earn my seat at the table. I went to an all-boys Catholic school, and so our currency was funny. Like our currency was, you better earn it here. And then when with chicks, I was never like a strikingly attractive dude. So if I wanted to date a chick, I had to make sure she was having a good time.
Yeah.
So like there's a humility that comes with that that I don't think I would have had if I was a really attractive dude. And I run into my friends who grew up attractive guys today, and I find that their lives aren't quite as full because they never learned the coping mechanism to deal with life when they gained weight or when they weren't, you know what I mean? And I'm kind of cool with the way it you don't want to give it to a child.
No. And I think it shows now. Yeah, I'm so confident now, and I'm much more like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
When people get mad at your looks, I'm like, what an insane thing to get mad
And
about.
what's so fucked up is that, and I'm talking to the person watching this right now that's like, think about the type of shitty comment. They should identify more with us. Because we're them.
We're the trolls.
Yeah.
We're
if
the
I hadn't gotten into comedy, I'd be hating motherfuckers. I would be a boat salesman in Orlando.
Oh, but you'd be good at that.
I would have been so good.
Oh, you would have been selling pontoons left, right, and center. You got big pontoon vibes over there. You'd be adding the speakers in. You'd be getting the whole lighting system in there. Oh, you're upselling.
I know how I would have done it. I've already thought of this a number of times. I bring people in. First thing I do is, because it's Orlando, everyone drinks and drives. I go, what are you looking for today? And they're like, ski boat. I go, ski boat, hang on. Can I change your mind? Can I get you a beer? And then I get them into a pontoon boat. It would be in the showroom.
Oh, the cooler would be in the pontoon. You'd be like, come on.
I get them into the boat. I put them in the driver's seat. And I crank up Thin Lizzy, the boys are back in town. And I go, close your eyes. It's Sunday morning. It's 5 a.m. The family's still asleep. And you had a long Saturday night. It's just you doing circles around your lake, blaring this for your fucking neighbors. The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town. Or I play 38 Special, Hold On Loosely. Hold on loosely. Don't let go. I'm getting chill bumps. There's not one dude not walking out with a fucking pontoon.
Oh, yeah. You would be fucking, every day you'd be setting those things off the fucking lot.
Of course, I would be drinking 12 beers a day selling boats.
Yeah.
Massive drinking problem.
Driving a boat home on the road, getting back to your wife.
Because I believe you have to live what you sell. I believe it. I never, when I got into comedy, and I believe that with pontoon boats. Like if I sold pontoon boats, I'd be a pontoon boat driving motherfucker. Fuck. Tan as fuck.
You'd be very, really white balls though. Oh, I feel like you'd forget the junk, and you'd have to white it.
I tanned my asshole the other day.
Oh, did you?
And it gets hot so quick.
Well, because it's not used to having anything down there.
It's never gotten sun.
No.
But I believe in being what you are. Is when I started comedy and I'd watch people, I won't say names, but I watch people and their brand was like party frat boy, fun, energy. And then you'd meet them and go, let's have a beer downstairs. And they'd be like, oh, I don't drink. I go, you want to smoke? And they'd be like, I don't do drugs. I'd be like, well, wait, what are you selling people?
What are you doing?
Yeah. And I was like, I'm not going to be that guy. Like if you come up and you have a party with me upstairs, you will party with me downstairs. That's who I am.
Yeah.
And so I've always tried to be authentic to who I am. I remember I worked with a comic who did fake shots on stage, and it broke my heart. It broke.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh.
It's also hard. I think it's harder to not be yourself. Like that to me, like putting on that extra act, like that's so much harder to get on stage, be somebody else. I'm like, if I got on stage, I was like, my clit's thick. People would be like, what is she talking about? Like, it's so much easier just to like say whatever. Why would I say that? My clit's thick. Like, but whatever's easiest, like it naturally comes out as yourself. Like, I don't know. It feels.
Well, I think me and you are afflicted by the same thing. Is that like, fuck me?
Oh,
That's
was a
not
bad
good.
spill.
That's not good. Just can someone grab me a towel? I'm gonna have to lean into this.
Yeah, this is a big spill. But it's
think we're
leather
good.
though, so you can really just slop it on.
Yeah.
No lid on the cup. Where's this cup from?
It's a 32. Well, I believe in styrofoam cups.
I also love the way a towel was that accessible. You've spilt before.
This
How often do you spill in these big cups? It's the biggest towel on the planet was right there.
Yeah, and we're good.
And we're good. You should also be a towel salesman.
Yeah, I could.
Boat towels, you could add them to the thing.
What's the matter? Oh, it's okay. I think it just adds character to it.
Yeah.
The leather's like my liver. I think the more it's damaged, the more character.
Now that's
you
what your
get.
asshole looks like, nice and tanned. The tan part of the couch.
My asshole's. I couldn't imagine eating my asshole.
Oh, you don't? Have you seen it? Not good.
I've seen. Oh, I've taken a mirror to it.
Oh, yeah.
You never taken a mirror to your asshole?
Oh, I shockingly have a nice asshole, and it is alarming. Like I have a huge pussy, but my asshole pot.
Like how? When you say huge, I wish there was a way
You
to.
burped after that. But we say huge. He was.
I wonder if
he was
there's a way to
barf.
quantify big pussies.
Well, what it is I think like the outside stuff. I think that's what I mean when I say big. Can I get a towel? This is turning into we're squirting. This podcast has become
The outside stuff.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't call what I have inside. Yeah, it's definitely on the outskirts. we got a whole thing happening here.
If you're a home improvement show, it would all be about the exterior.
Oh yeah, it's all about the front. It's all about the rocks and the old foliage out front. A lot of stuff going on up there. Big path up to the house. You know what I mean? Really large path. Yeah, just more of the outside stuff.
We put a lot of cactus out front. That way, if you want to come in, you're coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you have to really try to get through that. If you really want in, you got to really muscle your way through. But I wouldn't say like, I don't think I just, it's not small. The reason I'm saying this is because I would try to be with women for a bit there. And the first time I went down on a woman, her vagina was it was like a little Hershey kiss, like a taut little, two little lips, one little, I was like, is that what they look like? Because I was like, something's wrong with mine. Like it was like the first time I saw one that close up.
I can't imagine sucking a dude's dick and being like, he pulls it out and I'm like, whoa.
Is that what they look
fuck, you're not going to like mine.
Yeah. It was weird, but I guess, everything's a different look. And my boyfriend likes what's going on down there, so I don't give a shit.
I've only been with 6 women.
6?
Yeah.
Aww. That's so wholesome.
Well, it's the thing that defines you. I wouldn't wish it on a child, but at the same time, it's just I have intimacy issues. I'm not great at sex, so I wasn't like the dude wanting to share it with everyone, or at least I was honest with how I was in sex.
Yeah.
I think there are dudes who believe they're good at sex, and they're not.
You think? There's so many.
Really?
Oh yeah, and there's so.
What percentage of men are listening to this right now that are like that? That are not. Oh, okay, ready? Cut out the ones who are going like, actually, I know I'm bad. Right?
Okay,
those
yes.
are honest.
Which
good
are very,
people.
very few. I say 9% of right now the guys are going to actually admit that.
Yeah.
I would say I'm not joking. I would say out of all the men I fucked, and it's a big number. Shockingly, people fuck me. No, they're drunk. No, I'm kidding. They're sleeping. No, they've consented. This is I'm getting me too'd right now on your podcast.
That would
No.
be hilarious
That would be
if there was like a chat thread of dudes that showed up on Twitter that was like, actually,
I said no, and she kept going. No. I was playing music loud. No, it was there's the amount of them were it's very like it's the confidence and it's like the pound. It's a lot of the pounding. The guys that do the pound.
Yeah.
That get on top, and there's just a lot of slapping, and there's just a lot not a lot are good at eating out too. They're down there too quickly. They're like mucking around. A lot of I'd say fingering is the worst. Fucking in there, up and around. I'm like, what are we looking for down there?
Yeah.
A nice little gentle caress.
I was so bad at fingering when I started. I didn't know you're supposed to do anything. And
it in?
It was a 13-year-old boy who said to us, and we were 15 or 16 at the time, and he's like, what are you supposed to do when you go down there? And we all laughed at him. And he was like, I'm just asking. And we were like, easy, buddy. And then he was like, and then privately, we were all surfing. He said, so what do you do? I go, buddy, you just put it in and leave it there. And he's like, huh? I was like, yeah, you just put it in and just
You're
sit
checking
there.
the temperature of a steak. You're like, yeah, it's good.
Yeah. Pull it
Medium
out.
rare. Yeah. Medium.
And he was like, you're not supposed to do anything. And at that moment, I realized, oh, I don't know the answer. And then I was like, fuck, I didn't learn about clits until...
He's like, to this day, I haven't learned.
I didn't learn about clits until I was probably,
41.
No, probably 23, 22.
Well, no one's telling you about them. That's why.
Yeah.
We don't even really know about them ourselves. Like, I knew something was there because I had this like little wiggly pen that I would just blast my clit off when I was in high school.
Well,
but,
you
like,
should know about your.
I know my own clit, but it'd be hard to like explain to a guy what to do down there and like how to like say this little weird spot up here is what you have to like.
It's like clits
to.
are like great hiking spots. You need to be told about them.
You need to be told about them.
Very few people
And you need to
discover
bring
them on
some
their
water.
own.
Yeah.
Very adventurous men discover them on their own, but like the average dude is just doing the same trail.
Oh yeah, it's also I think good when you're sleeping with someone to be very vocal about. I like this, do this. Like I'm moving hands around. I'm getting my, you know what I mean? Moving stuff around.
Yeah. I didn't.
I think people are just more like, they start doing what they are used to doing, maybe with their ex-partner or whatever it is. And they're like, that's the move. It's like, it's so.
But we also didn't have porn the way kids have porn now.
Oh yeah. No, they're
like,
seeing stuff now.
We didn't know. I didn't know what I didn't know where a vagina was.
No, I didn't know I had a hole for like an inside hole until I was like 16.
Really?
Oh yeah. I don't know what was going on down there.
What did you think it was? Just like a shallow cave?
Yeah. Like I never poked around.
Oh yeah.
I was cleaning the outside stuff, but I wasn't like fingering. I wasn't like I got my period late, so I wasn't like in there mucking around.
That's interesting. I didn't know that tampons went into the vagina.
Mm-hmm.
I thought they sat on the outside like a log dam.
Like a hot dog in a bun?
Yeah, like a hot dog in a bun. I thought you placed it in there because I knew that there were. I really still don't know all the inner workings of vaginas, but like I knew that there's like a hymen that is a barrier or a membrane,
kind of on the inside. Yes.
Yeah, and so I was like, well, you can't go past that. So there's a girl that I need to apologize to that I fingered, and I'm not sure I did it correctly at all, and it might have been her asshole. Like, and she's married with 2 kids in Tampa now.
Oh, well,
I know. I saw her at Gasparilla the other week, and I wanted to be like, "Hey, just giving you a heads up. I've learned."
Yeah, I can finger now.
Sorry about the golf course.
Oh, I had a guy that fingered me once, and I remember I didn't know how to wear a tampon, so I was wearing a night pad. I don't know if you've ever seen a night pad. It starts like at your chin and it goes to the back of your head. Like it's like a fucking canoe down there. It's so big. It's the whole underwear.
Yeah.
And they're like really thick. And I remember he went to finger me. We were down at Woodbine Beach, if you remember this guy. And he was like he was like trying to finger me, but he was on top of the pad. And then he told my friend the next day, he's like, whoa, your friend's got a lot of fucking pubes. I was like, you were just fingering a pad. Like you had no idea what you were doing down there.
I miss old school pubes.
You know what? I do too.
Like I saw I watched the Napoleon movie with Joaquin Phoenix, and she at one point Josephine shows him his vagina, and she goes, "Once you see it, you'll never want anything else." And I realized that was an old school. Oh, she owned that motherfucker.
I love that.
She owned him. He divorced her. Oh, don't get me into Napoleon.
Okay,
and so, but she showed him her vagina in the movie, and I was like, oh. That's an old school.
She showed it full in the movie?
Fucking Victorian vagina.
Oh, it was hair on it. It wasn't like.
It had to be. It had to be a wolf just staring him down, and he wanted it because that was sexy back then.
Yeah. I don't know when that went away.
I think when
they started doing it, when we got the HD cameras, it's
Baywatch.
Yeah.
Probably Baywatch era is when. It's got to be media that did it. It's got to be porn.
Something got rid of that, and it's like it's cleanliness down there. It's nice to have a bit of, even though I'm nice. Like my boyfriend's not hairy at all, like anywhere, and I'm a fucking bath mat. Like I'm so embarrassed. Like I have like stomach hairs, and I like try to hide them. I'm like at this point, I don't care. You're seeing them now. It's She comes in, I'm tweezing my happy trail. I'm like, give me. That's how I get ready. Nipple hair, fucking. Yeah, he's hairless, and it's weird because I'm like, it doesn't stop.
I look at hairless. I saw a hairless dude jogging the other day, and I was like, I felt bad for him. Like I was like, you have no hair on your chest. If it's okay if you shave it, but you can't grow hair on your chest. And he was like in shape, but he wasn't in shape, ripped and jacked. He was in shape with just bigger tits.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And I was like, oh, you should put hair on those things.
Just get them like surgically planted.
Leanne, I was shaving my chest when I met Leanne, and she told me to stop.
Oh yeah, it's so like the chafing.
You just don't know. You don't know what you don't know, and I thought that's what women wanted. And she was like, no, I didn't want to date a boy. I want to date a man. Yeah. And I stopped shaving my chest. Now I Caesar out my tits.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, like I comb them down and then line them. I don't do it as much anymore now that I've lost weight. But when I was fat, I'd Caesar out my tits.
Oh, that's nice. Just yourself? Just a little trim?
Clippers.
Okay, just at the barber, you're like, need a little off the off the bottom here.
I do it myself. I was doing my bangs for a period of time because I thought
bangs.
My bangs.
You had bangs? Okay, you know what? Right here, right now, I'm putting a stop to men with bangs. I'm sorry.
Why?
It's so silly. You look absurd.
I used to.
Like straight down.
So what I would do, it was when we were in our old house, it was in our pandemic. And one time there's a video, I did them too short.
No nubbies.
Yeah. And so what I do is I would comb my hair back, but then I'd pull my bangs down. And what I thought it would do would make my hair look fuller. So I'd trim my bangs. And then when I pulled my hair forward, it looked like, thick hair. I thought it did. And then one time I trimmed them back like Winona Ryder short, like and
like emo.
Almost like Simple Jack from Tropic Thunder. And it looked ridiculous. I put it online and I got so many emails.
Emails? They weren't even like,
DMs and
like, they weren't even DMs.
It was all my buddies like, you cut bangs? And I was like, I thought everyone did. I thought everyone did their side. I combed my sides forward and trimmed those.
This is like you're literally going to like see Jimmy Eat World or something.
I guess. I don't know. I was fucking out of it.
That's so funny.
But yeah, I haven't cut my hair in a while. My own hair. Like I used to cut my own hair. Yeah.
Oh, I got to go somewhere. The mullet has to be, apparently it's called a shullet. It's a shag mullet. Very specific.
It looks good.
This is my hair now. This is what it's become. This is it. But here's the problem. Mullet only looks good as mullet. Mullet in the morning, ooh, I look like a wet muskrat. Like I have to get up and like brush my hair because my boyfriend sees me because this just goes like up. Or when it's wet, I look like fucking Alice Cooper. Like I need it to be styled or it's not a good look.
Really?
Yeah. Mullet's only good when it's this. Every other look, like I can't put it back really because it's okay back, but it has
looks
to
good
be
back. It just looks like a short haircut.
Yeah. It's just got to be out.
Yeah.
It's very specific.
Good eyebrows.
They're drawn on. These aren't fully real. I over-tweezed when I was in any other gals related to me. With that phase where like friends phase, I went like a little one line, so I fucking tweezed the fuck out of them. I have a full happy trail and no eyebrows. It's so annoying.
What?
Like I'm like, why? I might do it. I might do the hair transplant. I'm going to Turkey.
Can you?
I'm gonna get them taken.
They should be able to do eyebrow hair transplants.
From my stomach to my thing is the most disgusting transplant. I could though. I'd have bushy eyebrows. I'd have a unibrow. They'd be like, oh, we got too many hairs.
My sister Cotty had really aggressive eyebrows growing up, and we made fun of her.
And then did she tweeze them?
And then she tweezed them, but I think she still has okay eyebrows now.
Okay, she got lucky because otherwise you over tweeze and they stop.
Really?
Yeah,
why is that? Why do eyebrows do that?
It's very annoying. I don't know.
Why doesn't armpit hair do that?
Oh, God. I overshaved the area. I've got a big area of hair now.
In your armpits?
Oh, yeah. I think because like no one taught me how to shave, so I was like, like shaving the whole thing when I just could have just done a little line. So now I think it grew in places where it wasn't. Oh, yeah. I'm shaving. I'm sweating. I'm shaving.
I'm a big sweater.
Oh, big.
I used to. What are you looking at?
The eyebrow phase.
Christy Teigen got eyebrow transplants.
She did? Oh my God. Wasn't she?
Oh, those are transplants?
Those look good.
Those look
that's crazy.
That's
no,
a
she
little
went
too
nuts.
much.
No, she went crazy.
Well, you don't under transplant.
No. If you're transplanting, you're transplanting.
No one transplants a widow's peak in their hair.
That'd be someone probably does that. A big Dracula fan probably wants like that.
Oh yeah.
There's some
How come no one
stuff.
transplants unibrow? That's the move.
Have you seen? There's one model. Have you seen the model? She's like blonde girl. She's got a huge unibrow and she's fucking gorgeous. And she rocks this insane thick black eyebrow. I'm not sure model unibrow. She'll come up. It's insane.
Christy Teigen.
There she is.
No, that's not a real.
Yes, it is.
person. That's not real.
Yes, it is. She's
No,
fucking
that's
real.
not
Yeah,
real.
she's a full-fledged model, thickest eyebrow on the
That's
fucking
not
planet.
fucking
It is
real.
fucking real.
That's not fucking
Yes, it
real.
is. Look at her. You can see it up close too. It's fucking real as hell. She's got so many followers, and she's like, "Fuck you," doesn't tweeze it. It's nuts. But she's gorgeous, even with it. I mean, it's a lot. It is a lot. It's quite thick. It's also very thick. Yeah. But she does this whole thing where she's like, yeah, it's nuts.
At a certain point, a blowjob from that, it would have to feel like a dude with a mustache is sucking your dick.
Well, I mean, it probably would feel good though if she did a little brushy of the
That's
tip
an
on the old
aggressive
pee-pee.
unibrow. It's kind of sexy when you look at it.
I know when you really see photos of her too, like because her eyes are beautiful and like, everything else is
She
like
does have beautiful eyes. I knew a
It's
girl without
nuts.
eyelashes.
no eyelashes.
She would pluck them out.
Pluck them out.
A nervous habit.
Oh yeah, no.
And then of course I wasn't a bully, but I was a guy. If I noticed something, I'd be like, "Hey, you don't have eyelashes."
yeah,
And
but not in a mean way. You're
Yeah.
like,
or like a girl. I go, "Oh, your back is huge." And I remember one girl specifically was like, "Can you stop talking about my back?" And I was like, "Well, no, I'm saying, are you like a swimmer?" And she was like, "I've never swam in my fucking life." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
I get that a lot. I get a lot of you got a really broad back from guys. I'm like, I can help you move. Big back, large.
Wow.
Yes, it's so thick. It's crazy.
I would immediately pay to see her naked.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. She's fucking hot.
She's only got 420. Okay, hold on. That's real?
Yes. She's like, it's insane. She's got to be Bulgarian or something. She looks like has to be like.
Well, based on her nails, it looks like she doesn't speak English.
Yeah, no, I think she's very European. No, that's not a fucking white girl from Wisconsin with that fucking eyebrow. That's a Bulgarian or Yugoslavian. What is
And look
this?
at all the comments from Dvnekne Uruglana.
Oh yeah, no. That's my people. I would have fucking had that if I didn't fucking over tweeze. I had a full unibrow. I had a unibrow and a mustache when I was like 4. Oh yeah, I was a little boy. My dad dressed me like a boyfriend, but I was wearing all like Adidas tracksuits. No one knew what the hell I was. There's a photo of me in grade 6. I'm like, was I a boy? I transitioned young, and then I transitioned back. I was like, wait a second, I'm going back.
This episode is brought to you by the spring cleaning champions, Manscaped. This season, make sure to groom your carpets and the drapes with the leader in below-the-waist grooming. Clear out that winter bush with the Manscaped Lawnmower 5.0 and watch your confidence bloom like the springtime flowers. After using Manscaped, I can finally say that I have caught the spring fever. Their 5th-generation trimmer features 2 interchangeable next-gen skin-safe blade heads, a standard one for taking a little off the top, and a new foil blade to groom smoother, as smooth as wherever your heart desires. It also features dual LED spotlights to guide you through the darkest winter debris. Navigate with confidence in your delicate areas. Hate making a mess? Don't worry about it. This bad boy is waterproof. Shave in the shower, in the bath, or in the ocean. Get 20% off and free shipping with the code BERT at manscaped.com. That's 20% off and free shipping with the code BERT at manscaped.com. Nothing like a little spring cleaning in your pants. Wait, how old were you when you had your first kiss?
My first kiss was bad. Well, no, my first kiss ever was with a guy named Alex Mercer. Shout out Alex Mercer. We kissed in the stairwell. We did it like that, and then I ran home, and then he broke up with me the next day. But then my first like make-out kiss is bad. I was at my parents' cottage, and it was this like regatta after party. So we're at the marina. This is so Canadian.
Yeah.
At the marina, and I lied to this guy, and I said I was 18, and I was 15, and he lied to me and said he was 35, and he was definitely over 35. And I know, it was so gross. And also, he was the worst kisser on the planet. He like just opened his mouth and like tongue and just sat there. And I was like, ugh. And then in the middle of it, my dad knew something was up. He's like, Stephanie, where the fuck are you? And then he sees these 2 guys. He goes, I'll fucking kill him. And my dad's like running down the hill, and these guys are getting in the boat, like taking off. Like it was insane. It was crazy. It was bad. It was bad.
What did he look like?
White guy, like blonde-ish, like hat, like kind of like I think it was like a free beer t-shirt, like a Moosehead t-shirt, like shorts that you could tell have been wet for days, probably had a bit of musk on them, stunk, flip-flops, disgusting, ew. And also, I didn't look, like I looked 15. I didn't look, like, I didn't have boobs. I was on like, I had schnoz. I don't know, maybe the nose made me look big, older, I don't
Everyone
know.
that's 15 looks 50.
Picturing that, like I've been hit on by older guys when I was really young, and it was like, it's so gross. Like you feel weird.
Yeah.
And getting looked at, like I remember like I had 2 really pretty friends in high school, and I would watch the way older men would look at them at the mall and stuff, and it made me fucking sick. Like I would be like,
Really?
ugh, and I turned into like a crazy punker. I had like a dog collar. I had like pink hair. And I was like, that men were not looking at me then. And I was like, I felt better because I just watching the way, and I actually at these Highland dancing games when we were young girls, because we'd like change out of our like outfits into our next outfit. And I would see some of the dads lurking around, little too fucking long. And I was like, this is fucking sick.
There's dads that say uncomfortable things sometimes.
Ugh.
And even dads with daughters, and you're just like, the fuck's wrong with
The
you?
fuck. And I'm like, my dad would have, like, literally one day my sister came home. I'll never forget this. She came home a bit late from school. And we're like, where were you? And she's like, nothing. I'm like, what happened? She's like, there's a guy pulled up in a white van and like opened the door and was like, hey, you're pretty. You should model. Get in the back of the van. And my sister started walking away and the guy came out and tried to grab her and she ran away. And me and my dad ran across the fucking street and started like running up and down the streets looking for this fucking van. Because I was like, we would have killed him. Like, don't. And she was like, I think 12 or 13 at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you fucking crazy? Like, yeah. And especially having a younger sister too, I'm like really hyper aware of this kind of shit.
Yeah.
It's gross.
No, things that register with you for a reason.
Yeah.
How do you find the line between, because every guy says they're falsely accused.
Yes.
And so how do you find the line between actually falsely accused and falsely accused? Because
it's a very fine line, but I'm at the point now where I believe all women.
Yeah.
Because it's also most of the time, why would a woman make that up? Like when people were like getting mad about the Leah thing, we're like, these women want attention. What the fuck attention do you want?
Yeah.
People be like, this stupid bit. Nobody wants that attention. That's horrendous. You're getting fucking trolled. You're getting dogs online. Nobody wants that attention. I wouldn't want that. Nobody wants that.
It's the same thing as I used to have a premise that I was trying to figure out. I actually had a conversation with a dude this morning in the car, and we were talking about rape jokes. I said, you know what's so funny? Every dude I know that's ever made a rape joke clearly has never raped anyone because he never knows the grossness that goes in with that assault.
Yeah.
Like all the guys that are making them, like the dudes I know, I won't say their names, but I know a guy that had made a couple rape jokes. I go, yeah, he's not that kind of guy. He doesn't know. It's like making a racial joke when you're not racist.
Yeah.
If you're racist, you usually don't make the joke.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah,
man, I stay away from that fucking stuff. And so we were talking about that today, and I think I wonder when you, because some people have been falsely accused. How do you as a dude? That let's just say it to that. Like if you were to say to me, how do I define that line?
It's any way I think a woman's getting touched in a way that is like in their fucking space. You don't want to be touched. Like, who the fuck pull my skirt up? I'd fucking punch you in the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was assaulted badly when I first moved to LA. I was like very close to being raped. It was like technically I think I was kind of like it was like fingers inside me and I was like pushing the guy out. It was bad.
Yeah.
But I'm like, when I first started openly talking about it, my friends were like, "You were raped." I was like, "No, he just like fingered me when I didn't want it." They're like, "Yeah, that's assault. That's still like fucking sexual assault." He's still like, so
It's
I think
the same thing. I only say this it's the same thing with molestation.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to hold you down in a bed
No.
and fuck you in the ass.
No, you
can,
yes.
an older man can do something to you as a child
Yes.
that makes you very uncomfortable, that you can't stop thinking about at 52. And look, you can rationalize it any way you want, but you can also account that as like, it's like, you can just, it wasn't as bad. It wasn't that bad. But listen, man, if it fucking affected you, it affected you.
I think also, a lot of men have been assaulted too. I'm not just saying just women, but like a lot of men, a lot of molesting has happened in like family shit, which is fucked.
Yeah.
Fuck, we got really serious here.
I know.
This went from like my outside pussy to like this.
Well, what happens, and I have to say this, is what happens is I very candidly compartmentalize it and go, I have to have the conversation.
Yeah.
Because I want, and I have to say the things that dudes listening go, but what about, they fucking, some chicks make it up.
Yeah, and like that's fine. I'm happy to fucking address all this. Like I'm like, it's
I don't mind the conversation. It's impossible not to see that is something very real that happens to apparently a lot of fucking women. And I think about my daughters constantly. And it's nice to know that a guy like, and I'll say his name, Shane Gillis, is a good fucking
Shane's
dude.
Good guy.
A good fucking dude that I trust my daughters around. I know how he operates. I know how he doesn't say dog shit. Like he doesn't say shit about anything. I remember, look, the girls are just free kids. They wear whatever little girls wear, at that age. And not once has Shane said anything sideways. Not once has Big J ever said anything sideways. Not once has Dan Soder said anything sideways. Fucking Mark Norton. None of these guys are like, yo, what's up with the bikinis?
Yeah.
And
so, which is, It's nice.
Yeah,
It's
but
nice.
once again,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
it's like look, if you surround yourself, if you swim in a net, it's hard to believe there's sharks out there.
Mhm.
You know, we go back to the sharks in the Barracudas.
Yeah, you really like these sea references.
Yeah.
It's because you're still thinking about that pontoon boat, taking the pontoon out on the sea.
I feel lucky that I was bad at fucking.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I fucked a couple fans, and I'll tell you, it gets weird quick, really weird quick. Because I was like, I'm single. I'm like, ooh, a guy thinks I'm funny and attractive. Like that's a rare combination for
And
me.
you
So
just
I'd be like,
murdered on stage.
yeah, and then I
and
feel
they're
like good, and they like
wow.
DM me a couple times before, and I was like, okay, and then like immediately I'm like, oh, I've made a big mistake. Like
Yeah.
they latch quickly, and they're like, yeah, because I get the thing like I fuck somebody famous, kind of whatever I am,
Yeah.
and then like they like I have a couple. I tell you what, I won't be going back to Tampa. I ain't going back to Florida. We are done with Florida forever. Yeah, we got a couple places we ain't going back. Yeah.
Tampa's my hometown.
Tampa sucks, and I hate them. I bombed harder in Tampa than I think I've bombed in
but
a
you
whole
got
year.
laid still?
I don't know how. He missed the show. He came at the end. He saw the last joke, thank God. But it was bad. It was brutal. Tampa hated me.
Really?
Bro, yeah. I was in Ybor, whatever it's called. Ybor City.
Ybor City is
Oh, yeah.
I love that club.
Oh, do you?
Oh, fuck, yeah.
They hated me.
Yeah.
My God. Oh, it was silence. I was like, this is going to be a long hour. It was really
Did you do
dragging
any
out.
press going in?
No press. No.
You got Tampa's still a press town.
Okay.
It's a press
I'm not
town.
going back.
You're not going back?
I'm done.
No, you'll
I'm
be back
done.
in
No,
Tampa.
I don't like Florida. Florida's bad. That I did
Florida's
date.
fucking awesome.
For you, baby.
I love Florida.
Oh my God. I had the exact opposite. Dania Beach, I literally, like, a guy got so mad at me. He like flipped me off, waited for me up front. Another guy told me he had a gun because I made like a loose Trump joke. I'm not even political at all.
Oh,
and then
Florida's
another guy.
pretty,
Oh,
Florida's
yeah.
Trump City.
And they have like guns on them at the time in the club. And I was like,
yeah.
oh. And another guy asked me if I was a man or a woman, like immediately into my set. I was like, really? And then I threatened to beat him up as someone's dad. And I was like, what? Oh yeah, it was crazy. It was too much.
Florida energy is, I had to unlearn a lot of bad behaviors.
Okay.
There is a lot of like, and a lot of what you like about me is Florida, but a lot of the reason I'm successful is because I'm not 100% Florida.
Okay.
100% Florida
Yeah.
is, yes, take your shirt off in a bar
Uh-huh.
and be the fucking wild guy. But full Florida energy can't stop that and doesn't let that go for the whole fucking night.
Yeah.
And says wildly inappropriate shit to people. I'm not everyone from Florida. I'm just talking about the people you're talking about.
Yeah,
And it's me growing up. Wild fucking shit. Shitting on a pizza box. Like that's like, it's, I don't know. It's, but I fucking love. There's so many sexy parts of Florida you just get.
That's the problem. Maybe I've just been in the little places where I'm like, I just don't belong here. And I feel crazy.
Where do you think you belong?
I heard Fort Lauderdale's nice.
Fort Lauderdale is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Miami's amazing.
I hated Miami more than anything on the planet. I was supposed to be fucking this goddamn pilot the whole time I was there. And then he wasn't even there. So I just stayed in his like giant Airbnb by myself. I ended up having a threesome with these two German guys, but it was, that's besides the point.
Okay.
And also it was a bad threesome.
See,
Everything I did in Florida was bad.
Can I tell you, okay, since we're being so fucking honest, I never believed in, I always thought 2 guys, 1 girl was sexual assault.
Not if the girl wants it.
Well, I know, but I remember talking to 2 comics one time that were like, no, you never run a train on a chick? And I was like, no.
Well, when they're saying it like that, run a train, it sounds bad.
It's the same thing. It's Italian food versus I ate a shitload of pasta. It's like, but it's like, that's what the dudes say. I just never, look, this is going to make me sound like such a prude. I remember hearing that and going, I don't think that's like, does any chick want that?
I think some.
Really?
But also, this wasn't even a full threesome. It was really bizarre.
Like,
I met the one guy at the bar, and he was very at what's it called? Max Double Deuce. I love that bar in Miami. Have you been there?
No.
Max Deuce. Oh, it's like a really awesome dive bar. It's like a bar on the round.
Yeah.
It's like
I
really
bet
cool.
you'd be the best dive bar.
Oh, that's on my tour. Anytime every weekend I go to whatever dive bar in the city, and I go thrift shopping. Those are my 2 like.
One of my favorite dive bars in the world. You ever go to Dayton, Ohio?
No. What is this place called?
I forgot the name. I took David Tell there and he was sober, but I was like, you got to come. And he was like, I know the place. And we went, what's the name of that place? They serve free hot dogs.
Oh, I love that.
They have free hot dogs. Just
sitting out.
Free hot dogs.
Like in the buns,
and the
or
thing,
in
they
the
just
thing
keep
like
loading them up. So if you drink and just go have a hot dog.
Oh, I like that.
What's the name?
There's a lot of barfing.
Sure Shots.
Sure Shots.
Sure Shots in Dayton, Ohio. I've been going there every time I've ever gone to Dayton. I went there during the pandemic and it was still open.
Of course.
And they were like, just come in. We're fine. We don't believe
I don't think
it.
dive bars closed ever.
But
yeah, the threesome was like I went back with this one guy to his hotel, and he's like he was hilarious because his option for me at the end, like we really had a couple drinks together. He's like, I've got 2 options. I can't do a German accent, and he's like, option 1, we go back to your Airbnb, you fuck. Option 2, you come back, you fuck me, and you fuck my friend. And I went, interesting 2 options. I was like, I'll take option 2. Let me live a little in Miami. What are we doing here?
That sounds so aggressive. Those words would never come out of my mouth.
I was crazy. I've done things where I'm like, I've made huge mistakes. So I go back to this hotel room, very small room, very tiny. Guy's sleeping. I go, well, he wakes him up, rubbing crust on his eyes. I'm like, I'm fucking this guy, sleepyhead. So other German guy, this guy speaks no English. I'm like, hello. I'm like, do I shake his hand before this starts? Like, it was so strange. Other guy goes in the bathroom.
You are a fucking anomaly.
I'm psychotic. So me and this guy start making out, fooling around, right to the fingering, aggressive, a bit much. Other guy comes out. This guy gets annoyed, leaves the bed. So I was with them for like 2 seconds together. Other guy goes to the ground on his phone. Doesn't leave the room. And not even watching us fuck. So now I'm fucking one guy, and the other guy's like this, scrolling. I'm like, is he watching dog videos on TikTok while I'm getting railed by his German friend? And then at one point they were talking in German. I'm like, what? I'm like, no. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. Like, he's like, I'm trying to finish this fucking pig fast. I don't know what the fuck they were saying, but it was insane. And then I thought he was filming me. So I got really paranoid. Actually, no, you love this. Okay, so I thought he was filming me. So I started hiding my face. So I'm like getting fucked, and I'm like, I can't. God. I'm like, I can't have this how I come out. So I'm like, I was so embarrassed. I'm like, full puss is out. Like it was going on for a while. So he walks me back to my place. Fine. I was with Pat Bertcast on the road. So the next morning I call him. I go, fuck Pat, I fucked up. He's like, what? I'm like, I fucked this guy last night. I think his friend was filming me. I'm like, what if my fucking pussy comes out there now? I'm like, what if that's, I'm gonna be out. My pussy's gonna be everywhere. He's like, what do you care? I'm like, what? He goes, what do you care? He's like, all you do is get on stage and talk about how fat your pussy is all the time. And I was like, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not as big as I say it is. I'm like, I don't want to be a liar. It's not that big. But Pat was so genuine and nice about it. He's like, look, you say you have a huge labia every day of the week. Hey,
what's the worst that could happen?
It didn't happen. Nothing came out. I've checked.
I remember I was traveling with weed one time, and I was nervous, and I was like, I wanted weed wherever we were going, and I was like, what if I get busted? And my wife goes, then you'll have a great fucking story. And I was like, what? And she was like,
That's
who
so
gives?
funny.
She goes, you can get a DUI. No one would give a fuck. It's your brand.
Yeah,
and
literally.
I was like, and in my head, I was like, yeah, but if I get caught with weed, then I lose my TSA pre-check. That's more important to me.
That's actually important. No,
Yeah,
you can't lose
I
that.
fucking cannot lose.
You cannot lose that. Oh my God.
That's so fucking interesting to me that, because like I've always looked at like 2 guys, 1 girl as like a no. Because I was like, no, and because also it's got to be confusing because the same 2 dudes who do that then go, yeah, all girls like it. And then you're like, no, not all girls like it.
No.
And so then, but then they get this weird fucking folklore about werewolves and they think every fucking chick's a werewolf. And then the one chick goes back and he's like, no, we did it last night.
And
You
you're
like it.
I don't want this.
Yeah, it's so.
But then some guys are like, they think it's gay.
I think it's gay.
Yeah,
Like that's number one reason.
a lot of guys think, yeah. If especially they're seeing
I do
it
it
or
with Tom,
slapping
but
around.
that's it.
You would?
I would.
Oh, that's cute.
We got offered one time by a porn star. Adriana Chechik said she would let Tom and I double team her. And when we got the offer, it's funny. I never.
We both married?
Yeah, we're both married.
Okay.
And he gets the DM and he's like, yo, did you get this DM? And I was like, no. He was like, it's just me. I was like, what? And he was like, Adriana Chechik said we could double team her. And I've always said I'd never do it. It's just not something that entices me. And I was married. And immediately my answer was like, should we? And he was like, I don't know. Do you think our wives will let us? I was like, let's fucking call them. And
There's
so we
no way they would like.
Well, in the weird, well, we knew we'd get a no immediately.
Yeah.
And then we just backtracked it. We're like, okay, what if we wear condoms? And they're like, no. And we're like, what if we wear strap-ons? And they're like, no. And we're like, what if we wear strap-ons backwards?
With a condom.
And they're like, no. And Tom's like, what are we doing with our dicks? I go, jacking off furiously at the walls. We'll be looking at the walls. But I've been in weird naked situations with Tom that don't bother me.
Okay, well, yeah, because you're, both comfortable with yourself and you're close friends. I feel like I've seen all my girlfriends naked.
I wonder who else I'd like, because that was a quick yes.
Yeah, that was a very quick yes.
I wonder, I would not do it with Donnell Rollins. I just ran into him last night.
I saw him last night too.
He's on my head. Like,
no, he would take over. He would be.
He would shut the fuck up.
Oh, he'd be yapping.
Son.
And he would not let you fucking in there. He'd be hogging.
Yeah. Did you ever hear the story about Mace and Cameron?
No.
Gang banging bitches.
No.
Oh, it's the best because it's like just they're talking wild shit. They were like 15 and 16, I think.
Oh God.
And they got a prostitute, and she let him. And that was, I'm measuring my tongue, but I'll say from my very limited experiences, 2 guys and 1 girl is bigger in the black community than it is in the white community.
2 guys, 1 girl. Okay.
Yeah, it's from what I know.
Which is kind of shocking. I don't know why.
Well, I'll tell you why it's shocking, because in my opinion, I do find it kind of gay. And there's more homophobia with black dudes than there is with white dudes, I think. But for some reason, it's not a big, and I could be speaking just from my limited experience.
Yeah.
And obviously I'm not a guy that everyone wants to fuck chicks with, but like I never had a friend growing up ever who was like, yo, you want to take turns?
And you're like, no.
Not one dude ever. Like, as a matter of fact, I would argue we were kind of territorial over girls.
Yeah.
Like, if you dated a chick, your friends weren't allowed to date her.
Yeah,
she got pulled out of the pool.
Yeah.
It had to be a period of time before we would be like, yo, you can date her.
She's back in. Yeah.
And that's crazy.
It's also threesomes aren't all they're cracked up to be. There's too much going on.
Yeah.
There's too many cooks in the kitchen.
I've never really had one. I don't
think I've had
I kissed 2 girls in the same room once. That's as close as it ever came.
Were you playing the fucking spin the bottle?
No. It was a party, and they were both. I think they both wanted to, but it didn't go past that. It was just like
there's too much going on. I've had one with a guy and a girl before. It's also like it's just so much swapping around.
That seems way more consensual to me. 2 girls, 1 guy seems like okay, because the women are in control.
Yeah, it was definitely more sensual.
I bet.
But so my boyfriend was like getting kind of jealous that I've had kind of 2 threesomes. And he was like, well, now I can't. I've never had one. Now I can't. I'm like, you're damn right you can't. Are you kidding me?
Would you ever invite a girl?
No, unless she was like the biggest lesbian in the world and only ate my pussy the whole time. I am so jealous. It's crazy.
Really?
And I've also never dated a hot guy before. So I'm like, I trapped one. And I'm like, I'm not letting anybody in. I'm crazy. A girl looked at him in the gym and I was like, you like what you see? And I was like, whoa, I need to fucking relax. Like, I'm crazy.
So wait.
But no way in hell. No way in hell.
I would never in a million years allow a dude in the bedroom with me and my wife, never in a million years. And I would never allow a girl in the bedroom with me and my wife. Because I think that it's not, I feel like once you open Pandora's box in a relationship, you can't close it.
No.
I understand there's people that say that's not a problem, but I see it as a problem.
Yes. I think a lot of people, if you start as an open relationship, that's how that it works. All the communication, and you're starting like that.
Do you know anyone open relationships that have worked?
I do. The ones that have started open.
For real?
Yes, and they met together. But the ones that they've opened it, all the ones I know have opened it in, no.
Because isn't that opening it means it's not working?
Or they're just getting a bit bored with stuff, I think. But I'm like, it does work for some people. There are shockingly a lot of people I know who do it still a lot. But I'm like, I'm just way too fucking jealous. I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
And then I'd be like, well, is he liking that more? I'm so self-conscious.
Oh, I'd be
the second I'm with him, I'm like self-conscious. And I was like, I don't want, on stage, I'm like, my pussy's huge, my ass reeks. But with him, I'm like I'm a cute little like, hi.
And boredom is natural in a relationship. Mm-hmm. It's natural. There are periods that Leanne and I've gone through where we didn't have as much sex or maybe our sex wasn't as wild, but then that is met by a period that it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
That's normal. And that's also the beauty of a relationship is waiting through those, getting getting through the periods that are tough.
And trying different stuff. And like, there's a lot of stuff you can do now.
A lot of men and women, not just women, because I'm this way, they're conditioned not to be sexually adventurous. For whatever reason, you tried all this stuff when you were younger, you get in a relationship, and maybe you don't want to do that with that person. For whatever reason.
Yeah.
I know that Leanne and I were very, very meat and potatoes. And it wasn't until recent, by the way, we are still not eating Japanese food yet. But like or should I say Greek food, if you know what I mean. But like, but we're still very sexually tame. But we've tried things that we never tried before. And it's still and we've been married 20 years, and that's fucking fun for me.
Yeah. It's nice to switch it up every now and then.
Yeah.
He's never done, Jefferson's never done anal, and I'm like, wait till
Are you gonna peg him?
I would love to. I don't think he'd let me. Oh, I can't believe I haven't pegged yet. I'm
Really?
scared that I would never take it off.
Really?
Oh, I put that thing on.
What is the
I'd
thing?
feel powerful.
What is
a big old dick down there? Ooh.
What's the thing about pegging you think you'd like the most?
Just having the dick.
Really?
Oh, I have a big sloppy dong. I want to do that spinning thing when you guys do the helicopter thing. I've always wanted to do that.
Can I argue that you should get a regular sized dick?
Just to start off with.
No, because the fun of a regular dick is trying to go yard.
Okay.
Is trying to make it a big dick.
Well, there's no way in hell he's gonna let me do this. There's no way.
No, let's
There's
talk.
no
No,
way
hold
in
on.
hell.
Just got to be a soft pitch. Show him a couple videos where it looks like the guy's enjoying it.
Yeah. No, I want to do it to him or him do it to me, but I'm like, anal's a whole thing. We've talked about so much.
I know.
We have really hit
anal does seem like a big ask.
It's a big ass, especially when you're a road comic, especially when you're like, my ass isn't always pristine. It
doesn't seem like a first date type of thing.
No.
There are people that would rather have anal. I'm always shocked by that.
Yeah, which is crazy. There's poo-poo back there. We had a first though, on the road. We drove across country. He was eating an ice cream and I sucked his dick. I was like, has anyone ever sucked your dick before like this? He's like, no. He's like, can you wait a minute? I'm like, no, I'm doing it now. And I'm down there like, oh yeah. And I was like, he's like a blue bunny. I was like, well, he had to like unwrap it. He's like, but then at one point he was like, and I was like, is it me or is it the ice cream? And I think it was the ice cream that he was enjoying. And I was like, uh-oh.
If Leanne's listening right now, I want a blowjob while I'm eating chili pistachios. Those are
already the ones that are the red bag.
They're so good.
I suck a bag back a week. Why are those so fucking good?
They're so
What
addictive.
is that? And they're like $10 a bag. Am I going broke in pistachios over here?
They ring my bell.
They're nuts. They're my favorite snack take on the road.
And I don't know if it's that I found them during the period when I quit drinking and quit eating, when I started eating keto. I don't know if it's that they're filling a void that I have. But I actually have a sincere problem with them where when I start, I actually wonder what will be the reason I stop, or will I eat the whole bag? Like how am I going to get myself to stop? Because I can't stop.
No,
and then I start going to smaller bites and smaller bites. And then I fake pour a small bite and spill. And I go, oh, look at that one. And like,
do you ever do this? You lick the bottom corners? Are you licking those? I'm licking the powder off the corners.
Oh.
I'm not wasting a second of that bag.
I've gotten so bad that I will take the chili ones and then try to dump in regular ones to try to cut back my addiction.
That's nuts.
Like that's like going to 3 milligram Zins. You're like, I just don't want to get overwhelmed by them.
I can't believe you're doing this in. I did one once and my lips felt like they were burning off.
I don't like them as much. They're causing me anxiety that I don't deserve.
Okay.
But I'm still doing them.
Oh, I'm smoking cigarettes.
Do you smoke cigarettes?
I shouldn't.
Do you have cigarettes after sex?
Sometimes. I've been smoking. I like smoking outside the fucking Comedy Store. That's the problem.
Oh, that's
I like standing out there and smoking. I have a drink, I like to smoke. If I'm like sober, I don't smoke.
Yeah.
But the second I have like one tequila soda, I'm like, and here she blows. Like I'm crazy.
Oh, you're a tequila soda person?
Oh yeah. I'm trying to like diet. That's why I'm like, I love beer. Beer is my favorite, but I'm like, living in Hollywood, trying to keep it svelte. I want to get some movie roles here.
When I stopped drinking, I very much fantasized about IPAs.
Oh really?
Yeah, I wanted IPA. Every time I was like, man, this is when you have an IPA. Oh, you sit down at a bar and everyone will get cheeseburgers.
Oh, yeah.
You go, fucking IPA right now would be, there was nothing better than like a nice like 3 p.m. IPA. You know, when you knew all I got to do is take a nap and do a show tonight, and just maybe I'll have a 3 p.m. IPA and maybe 2. And then when I started drinking, nothing's really doing it for me. Nothing's really turning my, like every drink's kind of like, and so I can't find the taste. But so I stopped drinking for a period to try to want the taste again.
Yeah.
Like wine was always too sweet for me because I'd cut back sugar so much that every wine tasted like candy.
Oh,
and I was like, ugh. I was like, fuck. I stopped having sugar for too long.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
And so, but this week is going to be a huge vodka week.
I love the way you've planned it. This is a big.
It's not healthy. It's not healthy. Like I know that I'm broken. I know that I'm broken, but I'm broken in a great way.
So what do you do? Vodka what? What are you doing?
Vodka soda.
Okay.
Vodka soda with a cherry in it.
Oh, excuse me. Do you do the cherry after? It's
I
all
like
soaked
to
up?
have a cherry. So I was doing it in the mornings, like when I drink at airports. I wanted a vodka soda. They're easy to put down. If you got a little flight anxiety. And you get there. I knew my order. 2 eggs over easy, bacon, double vodka soda, no lime. But there was something missing. And one day, the guy put a cherry in it on accident. And I said, I didn't notice a cherry. I noticed a redness. I said, is there cranberry in this? And he goes, no, you said cherry, right? And I went, no. I go, who the fuck is a cherry in a vodka soda? And he goes, you want me to take it out? And I was like, yeah. Can you fish out the fucking cherry?
With your fingers?
And I go, no, I'll just drink it. I couldn't taste the cherry, but I didn't taste the vodka. I didn't taste all I knew was there was a cherry waiting for me at the bottom. And so I had a treat waiting for me. And so that vodka soda went down so quick, and I had the cherry, and I go, vodka soda, can I get a cherry in there too? And he was like, you liked the cherry, didn't you? I was like, hold on. Don't own your fucking mistake.
Fucking cocky.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the airport, I got to bring this up. I was at the United Lounge last week, and there's 2 bartenders I love there, and one of them was like, you're a comedian, right? He goes, I know a guy, Bert. I go, yeah. He goes, like, I used to work in the American Airlines Lounge. Saul, tell him I say hi. And I'm like,
very well.
Do you remember him? He was like, please bring me up. I love Bert.
I know
I'm like,
Saul very well.
Oh, this is so funny. He was like, tell him it's Saul good. And I'm like, okay, I'll tell him.
I have to tell you.
He loves you.
That's so crazy. Yeah. When you said I was drinking at the American Airlines or the United, was it American or United?
No, United. But United. He said he used to work
at American.
Yes.
When you said that, I went, wow, we have so much in common. My favorite thing in the world was drinking in those lounges. Oh, I love those lounges. And there was Saul and there was another bartender. I said, he's passed. He passed away. He was the best. Carl. Carl was the best. Carl, I drank so much at that lounge that I remember. I remember walking in. Yeah, this is almost like a different lifetime. I remember walking in with Leanne, and I'd been traveling a lot, and this was the first vacation we were taking together. And I went in, and I said, and the ladies downstairs knew me, and she goes, "You come here a lot." And I said, I'm here every weekend. Every weekend.
Yeah.
And then I would come in on Monday when I landed. I'd come in and have a drink with them when I landed before I drove home, because it was a long drive on the fucking 405. And I walked in, and as I walked in, 2 regulars who were always at the bar with me were there, and Carl and Saul were there, and they were like, Bert! And to be recognized at an airport bar, Leanne was like, you really drinking it? And they're like, Heineken? And I was like, you know me. And they're like, this is Leanne? And she's like, wait, this is before I'm famous. And I was like, yeah, guys. And Carl used to do the best thing in the world. He's passed, so I don't mind sharing this. And shout out to Saul. He used to do it too. They would ask me if I wanted a Traveler. So they knew I like.
Yeah. I know a Traveler.
And then they go Traveler, and I go, please. So they would pour it into a coffee mug, or into a traveling coffee mug with a top, and they go, what are we traveling with today? Caucasians? And I go, I'll take a Caucasian. It was a White Russian. And they made me a White Russian and a Traveler, and I'd take it onto the plane, and I'd sit in first class if I got upgraded, and I'd sit there with what everyone thought was a coffee, and it was a White Russian.
We're very similar.
Steph, I'm so excited to hang out with you in fucking Edmonton.
Oh my God. I can't wait. That's going to be such a fun. Oh, we're going to have a blast.
We're going to have a fucking blast.
We're going to have a fucking blast. We're on my soil.
We're going to get Whitney drunk.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm assuming she won't have the baby with her. She might be the baby with her. She's gonna have the baby with her.
Oh, I can't wait to. I can't. We're gonna get Whitney drunk.
Oh yeah, we're getting.
I want
toasted.
Whitney to get so drunk she dyes her hair back blue.
We should. Oh,
Like I want
like
crazy
blue hair.
Whitney.
We should find a fucking. I guarantee you, it's the summer. We should find a Highland Games. We should go to a fucking Highland Games and toss a fucking game around.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
When is that show? It's
June
right after
5th.
I shoot my special.
July
It's July
14th,
14th.
yeah.
So I shoot my special on the 6th,
Oh shit!
7th, and 8th, I think.
So you're gonna be all jizzed up.
I'm gonna be, and I'll have all the material be tight. I won't.
Yeah.
I'll be like done with material.
Oh, yeah.
And that's my last show for 9 months.
Oh fuck! Oh yeah, you're gonna be loose as hell.
And we're gonna get fucking wasted.
We should have a couple of sips before the
Oh,
show.
I'll drink before I go on stage. I'll be in rote. I'm ready. I will have
Excuse
been
me.
partying for a
Yeah.
week straight.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah! I might
Or-
drive my bus from Tampa up there
That's insane.
and just party my way across the country.
That's
July
crazy.
14th, Edmonton, the Great
Yeah.
Outdoors Festival.
Yep.
That is the most beautiful time in Edmonton.
Yeah, and
That
it's
is the most beautiful time in Edmonton.
and these are fun shows. I did the one in Vancouver last year. It's like fun
Really?
as hell. Yeah, I did with Russell Peters and Reggie Watts. Yeah, it'll be fun as hell.
Tom Segura just added a bunch of dates. Everyone check out
There we are.
tomsegura.com. I think he's doing all the other ones. I think I'm just doing Edmonton.
Yeah, I'm just doing Edmonton too.
Yeah. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm done.
That'd be
I'm
fun.
done
you're
stand-up
done.
comedy. I'm done. I'm done for
That's
fucking.
it.
I can't wait. I've never taken 9 months off.
That's crazy.
Yeah. All right. I have to be
Yeah.
a father. I have a daughter.
Okay,
I
go
have
get
a
your
flight
daughter.
today at 5:50.
Oh my God,
And I have to
go.
go take a hike with my daughter.
Jesus.
So that I can spend some quality time.
You're a nice dad.
Steph, I want to say, out of all the things I've seen online of you and heard about you,
Mm-hmm.
getting to know you and meet you, you are even better than I thought.
Aw, that's so
You know,
nice.
you're like pasta carbonara.
I am?
Yeah, like
Aw.
everyone says, you got to try it, you got to try it, you got to try it. And then you take a bite and you're like, yo, there's a fucking yolk in here?
Yeah.
This is fucking everything I like.
Well, thank you too. It's been very fun.
Yeah, sorry I spit on you. Sorry I...
Okay, good. Thank
Fuck
you.
yeah.
Bye.